Freud made the 1900s absolute hell. In a way, I feel like because of him being sexist in his research, he contradicted his work. He tried to clear his guilty conscience by turning it into research. He actually has the same birthday as my cousin, and that is the only way I know my cousin's birthday, May 6th. Obviously not the same year. Freud was like 1800s? Yeah, 1800s, somewhere there. What do I know about Sigmund Freud? Okay, basic, everyone knows this. He was a father of psychoanalysis. I believe he went to the University of Vienna, where he wanted to do law at first, and then he went into medicine. Yeah, everybody does that. Sigmund Freud, he kind of interested me a lot in high school, but I know we only like briefly talked about him, just like the basic stuff. But Sigmund Freud was a man who found a deep interest in comparative anatomy. He didn't go straight into doing his private practice. Before that, I know he did some understudy thing in Paris with some neurologists. And then, yeah, he kind of got started with the whole therapy thing. But yeah, his first project was with hypnotism, getting his patients to become calm before they start talking. Freud made the 1900s absolute hell. Well, not like indirectly. He did it indirectly just because of all his research and how the unconscious mind is behind our mental illness, problems, issues, stuff like that. So the 1900s, that was, shock therapy. People thought that would be a more efficient way to straighten people out. But before that, Freud thought of the talking cure. That's what we know as therapy, where you lay down on a couch and you have some professional take notes on what you're saying, but in this case, Freud was the professional. His theory on dreams was pretty interesting. He believed that dreams were a form of wishes. It didn't matter if it was like a good dream or a bad dream. Just Freud believed that dreams were the unconscious mind's secret desires. So, yeah. Freud talked a great deal about sexual intentions. I know that he favored the male mind and disrespected the women. In a way, I feel like because of him being sexist in his research, he contradicted his work. I kind of paid attention to the parts of his research that related to me, so I guess in a way I do agree with what he says. He had a good point about childhood trauma. With that theory, he noticed with his first set of patients that a lot of their issues were rooted from childhood problems. Overall, yes, I think everyone can agree he has a clever mind. He gets you thinking a lot. But I feel like a lot of his work was very biased. I remember reading in Becoming Freud by Adam Phillips, he, in a way, cheated on his wife with what is the theater lady? It was Sarah. He had he had some sort of desire towards Sarah, but even though he did tell his wife Mary about it, I feel like he kind of just I would say he pulled like a Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart cheated on his first wife and turned it into comedic jokes. Freud kind of did the same thing, but he kind of he tried to clear his guilty conscience by turning it into research. So yeah, I feel like with a lot of his research, he was just covering a lot of his feelings. Agreed with all his work? That's debatable. I know he kind of justified incest, claiming that the female body wishes they had male parts, and that is why girls desire, older men, and that is also why they are problematic, apparently. Again, this goes back to the fact that he contradicts his work. Like, he was for male and male relationships, but girl and girl, forget about it. His youngest daughter, Anna Freud, was a lesbian. You know, I'd actually want to get to know her a little bit more too. Thank you. Yeah, I was told I was getting paid for this. No, you didn't know anything about that? Okay. No, that was a joke. Kidding. Yeah, thanks. That was kind of fun to talk about. Yeah, Sigmund Freud, what a guy. Oh, thank you so much for having me.